Welcome to Hollywood Impact. My name is Eric, and with me today is Zach Edwards.
Yes. How's it going, guys?
It's good. Listen, Zach, this is the first time it's just you and I doing one of these things.
It's a little different.
I'm excited, man.
I am too.
Well, today we are talking about the new movie Trap, which is M. Night Shyamalan's latest film. Before we get into the film itself, I just wanted to talk about M. Night a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts on his movies, his style? What's your favorite one?
I like his style. I'll be honest, I haven't seen The Sixth Sense in forever.
Right,
so
I haven't either.
I don't really remember a ton. Just, the twist. That's about it. But, everyone praises that movie. And was it his first one?
I think it was the first one that ever did anything.
Okay. Gotcha.
They kind of put him on the map for sure.
I really haven't seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
I've seen Split, and Split is very good.
Yeah.
And then Glass was
Yeah.
It's okay, but so I know he has Shyamalan comes with high expectations.
Sure.
From a lot of moviegoers. I don't necessarily have those, but I do expect pretty good.
Yeah.
And obviously twists are tied to him.
Sure. What I find is interesting about his films for me is the tone is always very similar.
Yes.
In all the films. And sometimes he does use a lot of the same actors in some of his movies. Kind of gotten away from that a little bit recently with his last few, but I feel it's almost like just a quiet tone. Not boring, but just quiet. And I feel myself just really engaged and almost leaning in to every one of his films. Now, they're not all hits,
right?
But even the ones that aren't considered like his best, like The Happening or Lady in the Water.
Yeah,
I still enjoyed them.
Yeah,
like watching them, I still enjoyed them.
Right. Yeah,
and I'm never clamoring for an M. Night movie, but when I find out there is a new one out, I do make an effort to go watch it.
Yeah.
Now there's a few I still haven't seen. I didn't see The Visit, which I've heard was pretty good, but I did like the kind of the Unbreakable trilogy with that, and then Split, and then Glass. I agree. I don't think it ended. The third movie didn't do as well for me as the first two, but I really enjoy his movies, and I look forward to them when they do come out. Well, let me go over just a quick plot summary on this film. Trap, the film follows Cooper, a seemingly ordinary man who takes his teenage daughter to a popular pop star's concert. Unbeknownst to the audience, Cooper is actually a notorious serial killer known as the Butcher. The concert is a carefully orchestrated trap set by law enforcement to capture him. As the concert unfolds, the tension builds as Cooper realizes he's surrounded by police and must find a way to escape while protecting his daughter. It's directed by M. Night Shyamalan and stars Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donoghue, Saleka Shyamalan.
I'm not sure on that one.
I apologize if I'm butchering that. And Haley Mills. Before we get into the movie, though, and your take on it, I want to play a little game of Did You Know?
Okay.
All right. So first off, did you know that M. Night's daughter, Saleka,
something,
Shyamalan, was Lady Raven, and that she wrote and performed those songs as originals for the film?
I did not until on my way to record this session. I did not put two and two together.
While you're watching the film?
Right, yeah, I did not know.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is a fairly good singer.
Yeah.
And the songs they almost sound familiar, but I didn't know them. But then, on the way here, I heard someone say, that's his daughter, and those are her songs that she wrote herself. Okay, I like them more now.
Yeah.
They're original.
Now, before I ask the next did you, I go, do you know who Haley Mills is?
No.
She plays the FBI profiler in the film. Older lady, right? Well, she was a big-time actress in the 60s.
Okay.
She was in a lot of Disney live-action films, movies like Pollyanna, Summer Magic, and she was in the original The Parent Trap.
Okay.
Now, did you know, Zach, that she was in the first Saved by the Bell? It was called something different.
Okay.
It was called Good Morning, Miss Bliss, and this show later evolved to become Saved by the Bell. Did you know that?
I sure didn't.
Got you on two of them.
You do.
You ready for the third one?
Yeah.
Did you know, Zach, that Josh Hartnett, not once, but twice, turned down the role of Superman? back in the early 2000s.
I did not.
Zach, listen.
Wow.
I continue to educate you years after you were my student.
I know.
One day I will impart this wisdom. You will become as learned as I am.
Yes. Hey, lifelong learner.
Learned, Lisa. It's pronounced learned. I love The Simpsons. But no, those Superman movies, there was a couple of projects in development. I think Nick Cage was tied to one of them at one time, but J.J. Abrams was going to wrote it, directed by Brett Ratner, who did the Rush Hour films.
Okay.
It was like Superman Flyby, and then there was another Justice League movie that Josh Hartnett passed on it. And we got Superman Returns and Batman Begins instead.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
That could have drastically changed his career.
Oh, it could have. Because he was, and we'll talk about Josh here in a minute, but he was big time back then.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the movie?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really did. Especially the first half to first 3/4, depending on, I need to go back and see, like, well, to get into it in spoilers, but when one section ends and the other begins.
I know what you're talking about.
I feel like it's longer than half, but not sure. Anyway, I was all in the concert. The intensity was there. I really enjoyed Josh Hartnett's performance.
Yeah, I did
really
too.
The whole way through, honestly.
Yeah.
But especially in the concert, and I was just at a concert last night. Granted, outdoors, so a little different.
Yeah.
The Bailey Zimmerman concert.
Okay.
Even though I'm not a country guy.
Yeah.
Pretty good concert, I won't lie.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I was watching, the marshals walking around, and so I kind of felt like we were relating a little bit whenever he's looking at all the cops, even though I'm not a serial killer.
Yeah. No, I thought Josh Hartnett was really good in it.
Yes.
I really enjoyed his dorky dad persona that he put on. He's really well done, and then you could see him when he would kind of change, and just kind of the whole cat and mouse of it, and he's kind of trying to figure out ways to get out. And I thought it really worked. It reminded me of the show Dexter. Did you ever watch Dexter?
I'm watching it right now.
The first 4 seasons is some of the best TV ever.
Yeah.
But it really reminded me of Dexter. Like, he would have been a good adversary for Dexter, like in a future season or something like that. But I thought the way he kind of turned on and off, kind of that cringy dad to serial killer was pretty cool. But yeah, he was big in the late 90s and early 2000s. And, he did like horror movies like The Faculty. He did like your rom-coms. There's a movie called 40 Days and 40 Nights. Pearl Harbor, the big epic, action, and then Black Hawk Down. And he was like, at the time, was the next guy. Yeah. And just, I think by his own choice, didn't become that. But I don't know, there's a lot. I know we talk about Glenn Powell on this podcast some because he's such a handsome bastard.
Yes, he is.
But he just kind of reminds me of him a little bit, in that he's pretty versatile. And this is the first time I'd seen him in a role like this, and I thought he nailed it.
I would agree that he absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, I agree. The first, I don't know, 5/8, 2/3
somewhere there
of the movie, I was really into, and then they didn't land it for me.
It was an odd landing.
Yeah.
Especially considering, like, this is probably the most tame Shyamalan movie. The twist isn't really a twist. The twist is the movie's still going. Right. Honestly, that's kind of the twist.
One of the things that stuck out that bothered me for whatever reason was that the concert was in the daytime.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not a big concert goer. Like, if it's a festival, I get it. And if it's outside, but this was just like in an arena inside, but it was happening during the day.
Yeah.
And, I'm willing to suspend my disbelief for so long. But the whole idea, the premise of, okay, we're going to use a big concert to catch a serial killer. When you think about the logistics of it, the manpower involved, it's like there's got to be a better way.
Right.
But I was willing to let that go just for because it's still a neat premise.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like that before.
Right. Yeah.
But it got to be a little bit much towards the end. So, you want to go ahead and rate it and then get into some spoilers?
I'm absolutely down.
What would you rate this movie out of 10?
I think it's a solid 8, honestly.
Really?
In my opinion, I think it's a solid 8. And what I've learned is I rate movies higher when I have no expectations.
Sure. Because I'm with you on that.
I probably saw this trailer one time on TV months ago, and a lot of the negativity I've seen around the movie is like all the stuff that happens is in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. So I was like, "Oh, cool! This is a neat scene."
Yeah.
So I went in, I enjoyed it. I never thought it dragged.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, I liked it.
Okay, I'm gonna give it. I would have it an 8 up until the end.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
Now I do have. It's hard not to have that expectation on an M. Night movie.
Yes.
For either a big twist or reveal, even though some of his last films have kind of, I don't know, gotten away from that.
Yeah.
And I always compare every film. Like, my favorite was Signs.
Yeah.
Like, Signs goes down as one of my all-time favorite, probably films in general almost. Yeah. It's so good. So, comparing it to that, I rank it a little bit higher up until the end, but it's a 6 overall.
Yeah.
So, right now, spoiler alert.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the ending and maybe some ways that we would have done it to maybe fix the end. So, here's your warning. What do you think would have been a better ending for this movie?
Make the concert longer.
Okay.
And end it where he just either makes it out of the concert or he gets caught in the concert. Or maybe you can have a little bit where they go to the house but cut it off like he gets caught. Or either way, like he keeps getting away. Yeah. In more unbelievable ways.
Sure.
As it keeps going.
Yeah. Like, I'm willing to suspend my disbelief for some of it.
Exactly.
But at some point, it's like, this isn't a suspension. This is like kicking you out of school for 10 days or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish it would have ended either at the concert or just after.
Yeah.
I wanted to see a trap within the trap. Like, if maybe, I don't know, like if you'd cast the profiler as someone like his age.
Yeah.
And he actually trapped the FBI profiler as the bad guy, and he got away.
Right.
Or another thing that I thought would have been cool, 2 things. Another option, the family's in on it.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Like, the whole family.
Yeah.
And
because that would be a big twist.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me the daughter's okay with his dad being a killer.
Yeah, she's a part of it, and now Lady Raven is like their next victim.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool.
Right, because you believe that she, like, loves Lady Raven. Like, she is her biggest...
Yeah, she did a great job in the film.
Very good, yeah. That's an awesome idea.
I know, right?
You need to be a director.
I'm telling you, I'm going to call M. Night and let him know. And the last thing I was thought of, because I really liked Haley Mills.
Yes.
I thought she was great. I thought it would have been cool if Haley Mills was like some type of mentor for Cooper, and this was all like a test for him. And he gets away with it.
Yeah.
And then it's like they meet up at the end, and she's like, "You passed like the final test or whatever." Yeah. I thought, and then it just ends.
That would be pretty wicked.
I thought that was really cool.
Well, because you're already so far in on suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
So that would really, it'd be believable in that setting.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a good twist.
Because really, if you want to call it a twist.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd have just not let us know that he was a serial killer in the trailer. If there was a way to do that. Maybe not.
Right. Yeah.
But I guess like the actual twist was that his wife is the one that set it up.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a twist,
and he got away and did he get away? He unlocked the cuffs, but...
Yeah. It's kind of like an Inception ending. It's up to your interpretation.
Sure. But, it does leave room for possible sequels. I don't know. Anyway.
I'd watch it.
I'd probably watch it too.
I don't think based off audience reaction so far it would get one.
Probably not.
And a lot of people, I feel like, are overly mad that his daughter was so involved. I didn't mind it. I don't mind that it's showing off her music.
No.
And she did. Sure, she's not the best actress in the world, but this is her first time.
Sure.
I liked the scene where she was pretending to talk to him like his mother.
Yeah.
Like, she's smart enough to remember the profile.
Uh-huh.
And she's crying, and it seems And he's like, I know what you're doing.
Listen, he's got a talented family. His other daughter, I cannot remember her name off the top of my head, directed The Watchers.
Yeah.
Which I watched recently. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's very Shyamalan-ish.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still pretty good. Anything else?
Trying to think if there's any other thoughts. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's not great, but it's good.
Yeah.
If you like M. Night Shyamalan, go see it. If you're wondering whether or not you need to pay money to see it in the theater, no.
Yeah,
you can wait for streaming. Watch it in the fall when it's raining or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good movie.
Yeah, because it's it might be too long, but it also doesn't drag. It's kind of a weird. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like it's even though the ending is kind of I never felt like I wanted it to be over.
Sure.
I mean, I want it to be over, but I'm not like complaining about the runtime.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I just think they could have allocated that time differently. Because it's only an hour and 45.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I think I need to get some of my ideas out there to some people.
Both those ideas, those are very impressive in my head.
Thank you. Well, that's all I got, buddy.
I think that's all I got.
Listen, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing if you'd like to see anything else. And until next time, that's it. Thank you very much. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.